Hey, boo, hey. Oh my gosh, I am back home after my trip to Bangkok and I had so much fun. I am forever grateful that not only do I have a passport that allows me to enter a lot of countries for now, visa free, right? I just have to do an entry card, a arrival card. I'm also grateful that these countries, for now, allow me to come into their country, right? I don't take that for granted. I am very grateful. So, thank you to the countries of Malaysia. Thank you to the countries of Thailand for having me. I so appreciate it. Okay. I'm also back home and sick, taking in all that air pollution. I have learned a valuable lesson to check the weather, but also check the air quality when I'm going somewhere in that time period. Like I said before, I've been to Bangkok twice before. It was September and October, and I never had a problem with the air quality then. But January, February is a different beast. Just like if you go to Chicago, September, October, it's okay. It can be a little chilly, but it's nice. But January, February is a whole different story. It's a whole different beast. That wind and that cold will snatch you right on up. So I've learned my lesson. Not only will I check the weather, but I'll also check the air quality whenever I'm going somewhere. But yeah, so the air pollution that's going on there right now got up all in my lungs. And so I'm congested in my lungs. I'm having trouble breathing. I have stuff all up in here. And I'm taking care of myself, taking the medicine I need to take, getting the rest I need to get, and hopefully I'll be better soon. So yeah. Okay. One thing I noticed, a question that I got a lot while I was in Bangkok was, how's Malaysia? And I feel like the question really was like, how's Malaysia or Kuala Lumpur compared to Bangkok, right? Excuse me. Now you can do, there's plenty already out there. You can do a quick search, Bangkok versus Kuala Lumpur, and YouTube, and you'll get tons of videos. So you don't need me to break all that down. You can find out very easily from those videos and numbeo.com, numbeo.com. That website's used for cost of living comparisons. But you can, those YouTube videos will show you very quickly like cost of living versus cost of living, um, average weather, all those things, right? The statistics of a place. You can see those very quickly. What I'm going to talk about particularly in this video is just the vibe of the cities, right? I've lived here in Kuala Lumpur for a year. I've visited a few different times and stayed in a few different neighborhoods in Bangkok. I've not lived there. I know it's definitely different when you live somewhere, but I'm just going to give my vibe from it, especially since I was considering moving to Bangkok as recently as yesterday, this past weekend, right? And I had done research and gone there in the purposes of exploring that possibility. So, what I will say is Kuala Lumpur is boring compared to Bangkok. And where I am in my life, I like boring. I have done the partying, I've done the being busy and doing all, trying to do all the things, going out to museums and um plays and hanging out with people and doing this and doing that and just doing all the things. I've done all that plenty. And where I am, especially when I first got here to Malaysia a year ago, dealing with my health, I'm like, I need a place to come out of the burnout I was in, to rest and relax and recoup, and to work and focus on my health. And so for me, where I was a year ago and where I am now, actually, which I discovered after this trip, is that I like a place that has less distractions. I like that Kuala Lumpur has much less distractions than Bangkok. Bangkok is beautiful in that anything you ever imagined you would want, they have it. You can get it there. And if they don't have it, you can create a business and bring it there. Okay. It's very easy to do in Bangkok. But they also have plenty of things you never imagined you would want or need. They have that there. And they will gladly take your money for it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, oh, Thailand is scamming people or trying to take your money. No, They just know how to provide. They have perfected how to provide experiences, especially to foreigners. Um, Provide experiences that are very Instagrammable, very memorable, and they charge for it as they should. That is a great service. Charge. I'm not mad at it. But I know me, and the way I'm set up is if I had all those options, especially when they're supposedly cheaper than what it would cost me back home, then I'm going to want to take advantage of a lot of those options, right? Yeah, let's go out. Yeah, let's do happy hour. Yeah, let's go to this exhibit. Yeah, let's do this thing. Let's do that. And for me, which I said, I think I told you yesterday, I could see myself going really broke in Bangkok because I'm going to want to do all the things. And where I am right now, as much as I want a business community, which is why I was considering going to Bangkok, because I just know how easy, like, you can have a business idea and you can get it up and running very quickly in Bangkok. And there is an expat community there that is centered around, entrepreneurship and businesses and digital nomading. And it would be so great to have those communities to be a part of and to share my knowledge and also have that energy of people working and building something like that. Having that energy around you is very important. And at the same time, again, what I discovered on my trip this past weekend was that the amount of distractions there is still not good for me. I don't know if it will balance out. I don't know if the business and entrepreneur community will be enough to balance out the amount of distraction I would have to deal with there. You know, it was so easy for me to just hop up on that Sunday, yesterday, and go to the brunch and then go to the restaurant lounge. And I'm not mad at it. It was amazing. I would do it again. But if I did that every week, that's a day lost on what do I need to be doing on Sunday? Meal prepping, prepping for the week, getting my week off to a good start, make sure I get my movement in, which I did. Great. Um, so not only would I lose a day, I would also, the money I outlaid. And so for me, right now, that's not what I want to do. Also, that day, I realized I didn't go to church at all. And church is really important to me. So, yeah, I mean, I did wake up at 11:45 a.m. And that's because I was sick. I was sick all day in the bed Saturday. So, I digress. Bangkok has incredibly high energy. I feel like it's a mix of New York, city never sleep type energy, and Vegas, right? And Vegas really because you can they have tons and tons of nightlife. Anything you ever want and want to do, like they have that. And it's just very high energy, lots and lots and lots of people. I don't know how many people are in Bangkok versus Kuala Lumpur. Again, Google and Chat GPT are your best friends. They can tell you the numbers. But when I'm in Bangkok, it's a lot of people and it just feels constantly busy, busy people moving, people doing things. And I stay right outside, like right on the edge of downtown Kuala Lumpur. I'm in Kuala Lumpur, but I'm right on the edge of the downtown area, like the city center area. And when I'm down in the city center, there are lots of people, don't get me wrong, especially at Petronas Towers, at that mall that's at Petronas Towers. And what's it called, Bukit Bintang, which is like it's similar to New York's Times Square here in Kuala Lumpur, and the Pavilion Mall there. It's definitely always busy. It's tons of people, and even as busy as those areas get, even New Year's Eve, I say New Year's Eve at Petronas Towers, New Year's Eve Petronas Towers. I think that's how busy it is in Bangkok on a regular basis. It really was. I was at the mall. I was just at Terminal 21, which is a super. I showed you the mall yesterday or this past weekend. Super popular mall, super touristy area, and there was just tons of people nonstop that whole time. I was at that mall for probably 4 hours, nonstop, nonstop in the middle of the day on a was I there Friday on a weekday? Yeah, Friday. And so it's just a lot of people in Bangkok. And it's constantly busy. Like people are constantly moving around. I know when I got on the train here does get busy, but and I've rode it different times during the day, but it's never as busy as like we were having to kind of push yourselves into the car on the train here in the train in Bangkok. because there were so many people. And so I would say it's more busy, it's more chaotic, high energy. Um, and if you're like, look, my life has been more, I want excitement, or you just like the high energy, you like the high energy, you like always having something to do. Like, okay, shout out to Bangkok because Bangkok has 24-hour McDonald's and 24-hour Starbucks. 24-hour Starbucks is really the one. That's the one that really did. When I looked it up, I think they have 6 locations in Bangkok. It says they have one in Kuala Lumpur, but I don't believe it. I would have to go and actually see it. But it looks like it's in a, from where it was positioned, it looks like it's in an embassy building, which I can't get into anyway here. But shout out to a 24-hour Starbucks. I remember living in Chicago a long time ago, and 24-hour Starbucks was my friend because I randomly be up sometimes at 3 a.m. And especially here where I am have to do work sometimes on the US schedule. So that means I'm up in the middle of the night, and it would be nice to be able to get out of my house and go sit somewhere and work and just be in the energy. Again, I'm very much a, what's that called, an extrovert, where I get my energy from other people, even if I'm not talking to them. But to be in a Starbucks at 3 a.m. where people are talking, chit-chatting, but some people are actually working, which is what I did in Bangkok. People were working. I was there at 3 a.m. and they were working. No, I was there at 1 a.m., but they were working. Some people were chatting, other people were working on their laptops, and I was there getting work done. And that energy feeds my energy of like, okay, let me get this stuff done. We don't have that in Kuala Lumpur. I wish we did. Pretty much the city shuts down at 10 p.m. here. And that's a good thing. It's a bad thing if you're a night owl, but it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I should be in the bed. For me, I need, it's a good thing. I should be in the bed at 10 p.m. It's now 11:34 p.m. I'm clearly not in the bed. Um, and so yeah, yeah. I think that it's just a different vibe. And so, of course, what I always recommend, I tell people, and I told the friends who asked me, the new friends I made and the old friends I have, who asked me about Malaysia, come visit. You know, I will show you around. I'll tell you where to go. I'll take you places. Come visit and see how it is. Check it out. I think that people can love Bangkok, and lots of people do, and it's awesome. And if that's where you are in your life, enjoy it. Do that. And if you want something a little bit more like definitely family oriented, um, slower, more relaxed, but still developed, it's still nice, come to Kuala Lumpur. It's a beautiful city. The people are amazing. The food is incredible. And yeah, and so I like Bangkok. I definitely have friends there that I will go back and visit. I will definitely make sure I check the air quality when I go. Um, and I think it's fun for a weekend, maybe even a week, to enjoy fun and enjoy mixing up my schedule. I think I am much more now a routine person than I was ever before in life. And what I realized is by having those 4 days away, it broke up my routine just enough to, shake me up, shake me out of my regular routine, but also have me have an appreciation for my routine. It's like, okay, by day 4, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go back home. Maybe I could have spent one more day. I really wanted to like hang out in the lounge, the restaurant lounge I showed you, the supper club. I really wanted to have a good meal there and hang out. So maybe one extra day would have been nice. But I was like, oh, I want to get back to, gym. I want to get back to lifting weights. I want to get back to church. Actually, when I landed at 11:25. Then I was uploading my video and it wouldn't upload. It took me a whole nother hour. So once I finally got out the airport, I left and went straight to church because we were having a 24-hour prayer challenge. And I stayed at church for 2 hours. So I got there at 1:30 to 3:30, and then I went home. Yes, I was tired. Yes, I was sick, but it's part of my routine, to be involved in my church. And I was ready to eat the meals that I usually make at home. And could I have made certain meals in Thailand? Could I have gone to the gym? Could I have even found a church and gone there? Yeah. But it's not the same as what you have set up already at home. You know what I'm saying? And when you're on holiday, sometimes it's just nice to get out of that routine. It breaks up your routine, but it also makes you value your routine. And so I had just enough time away to be like, okay, I'm ready to get back to my bed. I'm ready to get back to the things that I'm doing and my comforts here. And so yeah, again, like I started out this video, I'm very grateful that I can just be like, I think I want to go to Thailand and book a ticket and go in 2 days, right? And I'm very grateful that I can be in Kuala Lumpur. I don't take that for granted. And yeah, Bangkok's, whether you visit Bangkok or Kuala Lumpur or both, I'm always an advocate of no matter where you are in the world, if you can travel, travel. Maybe you don't want to come to Southeast Asia because what I will say is both of these places are hot as balls. They so hot. It's not for the faint of heart, and I be having my umbrella out every day, protecting my poor little melanin deficient skin from the sun rays. But it's hot. It's hot, and it's not for everyone. But I say, no matter where you are and who you are in the world, travel. Even if you just go one neighborhood over, even if you go one city over, even if you can only take a trip once every 5 years, it's worth it to travel, to see different places, to talk to different people, to experience different things. And I am forever grateful that I'm able to do that. So, anyway, that's it. I'm about to take some more medicine and get myself to sleep. I need the healing of sleep to take over me. Yes. All right, boo. I'll talk to you later.